Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everybody. Whoever will hear this video, I'm putting it out because I got a warning, and I don't want to sit down, if it's something that my father wants me to put out there and then not put it out there. And yeah, so um, America is gonna have to pay the piper. America is gonna have to pay the piper. So a few nights ago, I, go to bed like normal. And towards the latter part of the like around, what I say, about 3 something, somewhere there, around 3 o'clock, I dreamt that I was fighting off Steve Harvey of my children. Like he was in my house and I was fighting him off them. So I thought that was so strange, but I dreamed, I got up and I didn't pay too much attention because I'm like, what's Steve Harvey doing in my house? You know what I mean? In the dream. So went back to bed, and in the morning when I got up, I heard this Usher song in my head. I've not listened to this song from a teenager, and I'm nowhere near a teenage age. So I was like, what this song doing in my head? I don't ever remember my kids playing this song to say, okay, it's in my subconscious, nothing. So I was like, what is this, Father? I don't want this in my ears. What is this? What is this? What it is? And I heard the Father speak to my spirit, and he said, it's the siren spirit. It's a siren call. And I was like, a siren call? And I know what the siren is because you watch on movies. So I was like, what? And then I heard in my spirit, Pete the Piper. And I was like, Pete the Piper? Like, I remember that nursery rhyme from back, in elementary, when they tell you about this guy and him coming to town, and the townspeople asked him to get rid of their rat problem, and he did. He blew the flute and the rats follow him to their death, right? So I was like, what does that mean? What is that, Father? And on my dress I had a box, and the box just so happened to have the word celebrity written on the side of it. And the Father said, yep, that's who they are. They're the siren. They have the siren spirit, and they have the piper's spirit. So as soon as that came up, I started praying in my house, because I said, okay, if I'm hearing this thing in my house, then something. So I started praying through my house. I said, I don't want this in here. This is not gonna happen, because it did not feel good in my spirit. So I started praying. I'm praying. All right, fine. I got up the next day. Now I came into my house, and when I came into my house, I went to take a shower, and in my ears I hear, pay the piper. I said, pay the piper? So I started praying out my house, because I was like, I ain't paying no piper, because I ain't going to no contract with no piper. So I was just praying. And I went to bed. And about 3 o'clock in the morning again, I heard it in my spirit. And I got up and I said, let me see what this pay the piper mean. And when I Googled it, it came up back with the story. But this time, the part of the story that I forgot was that the piper came to get his money from the people them, and they refused to give him money. And what he did was lead their children into the mountain, and they never saw their kids again. And I asked to be this to be explained to me, because I wanted to understand what it means. And it's the spirit that is operating in the celebrities that our children are listening to, in the things that we are watching. it's like they hypnotize and they control, and it ultimately is gonna lead to death, because if their minds are consumed and their ears are filled with this siren and Pete the Piper spirit, then they don't have time to hear the Spirit of God leading. They don't have time to hear God calling, and in that same morning when God explained it to me, he said this song, this little nursery rhyme that says, Jesus loved the little children, all the children of the world, with red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. That song came up in my head. And like in my spirit, God was saying, it's not just the kids of America that America is gonna have to pay for. It's for all of the kids them that they pollute in the earth. America is going to have to pay the piper for what they have done, not just to the children and the generations in this country, but around the world. And it's going to be held to be paid. Listen, he that have ears, make them hear. I know that when God speak, he make it speak to your spirit so you understand what he's saying. So, Pete, the piper, have to go be paid. And it's going to be hell to be paid. We better pray over our kids. Play the blood over them. Make them plug out the music. And as I'm talking about this, I have an issue with my girls. Let them plug out the music, or be careful of the music that they're plugging into their ears and what they're listening to. Anyways, that's what I got in my spirit, and America is gonna have to pay the piper.